About 3 years ago, I made a drastic move. Hi, I'm Miltonchang of Bonsai Heirloom. Next weekend, in 7 days or so, there's a bonsai show, the Midori Club show in San Jose. And I decided to show this tree again, actually, this year. And just to tell you a little bit about the history of this tree, probably 30 years ago, I went to Huangshan. That's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and where the pine trees grow out of the cliffs, and it's just a magnificent tourist site. And when I came back, I was very inspired. I bought this piece of lava rock from Arizona, and I put 2 little elm trees, one on each side, to simulate it's, although it's planted in the back actually, but simulator is coming in off the rock. And that's how much it's growing in 30 years. I never wired it, but you can see all the twists and turns. It's all by natural growth. And about 3 years ago, I made a drastic move because these 2 trees were about the same height. And it just looked too symmetrical. So I actually cut off a big piece of this. And this is a little bit of branch, like about this high. And I grew up again. And so now you can see the 2 are a little different size and different angle and all that. So it looks a lot more artistic. So I think the point I want to make is that when you do something, try to do it for a good reason. In this case, I want to recreate the scene for me to remind me of the wonderful trip I had and the inspiration I had from looking at the beautiful scenery. So with that in mind, then, I would do a quick fast forward in clipping the tree that's overgrown now. That's really only about 2 months ago when I had the other show. And that's how much the tree grows out of shape. But given the show is next weekend, I will not do drastic cutting, but just cut out the branches that are out of shape. With that in mind, then, let me just clip away. I'm clipping the tree, and the only tool I'll use is this one. There's really no much big branches to clean up or cut off. So with that in mind, I'll go. So I just go cut off anything that's out of change the design. Like this one, I really don't want this branch to go out this way and then so forth. So I instead let this side be longer and this side be shorter so that it will retain its shape. And you just consider each clip you do for a purpose. And given that the show is coming up really close, I will cut off as little as possible so that it will remain green. You notice I'm having a little hard time clipping this. In a sense, didn't cut clean. So what I'll do is I pause for a minute, go tighten this probably 1/16 of an inch turn, and maybe sharpen this up a little bit to make this tool cut better. But I'll be right back. So you can see I'm not cutting off too much, just to cut off the things that are grown out beyond the shape so that it would retain the original design. And so and I probably should just cut off the long ones first and then work on the shorter one and shorter one. Like this is way too long, but you can see the difference it makes immediately when I cut off the long branches. And I'm saving all these little guys for cuttings because they will become little bonsai. You want to move away and look at the tree at a distance so you don't lose sight of where you're going, in a sense, the big picture. When I clip, I have a tendency to clip too much, so I have to be a little careful. And you usually want to remove the bottom branches to make the trees, the branches more visible. So I'll just keep going, and then at the end, we'll also show the end result. So I just keep clipping, and this, of course, is a Catlin elm, and I should say that Catlin is probably one of the best bonsai material. In fact, the next week we'll do a video on elm tree, and I'll go through a little bit more detail about the variety of elms that's available, and also how good a material, the characteristic of the elm that makes it particularly attractive for bonsai. So you may want to occasionally stand back to make sure you don't lose sight of the overall big picture by over clipping. Sometimes you see quite a different view close up versus far away. You can see it doesn't take me very long to cut off the long branches. And then I had to do the next level refinement. And I think the next level refinement is to remove some of the leaves so that you can see the design of the tree much better. So I'm actually essentially done with cutting all the long branches. Okay, so this tree is almost done, and I'll do this one. Takes about 5 minutes to do this one as well. So I'm cutting off the long branches first because those are the most distracting. Now I have to go to the next level of details, which is to pull off the redundant leaves to make the trunk design of the trunk visible. But I will take my time and gradually do it. That's a fine step. That's very subjective. You don't need to watch me doing that, but I'll show you a little bit of it. And most of it's usually underneath the branch that you want to retain, so it doesn't really diminishing the design, but it cleans up the branches for you to better see the tree. So that's how you refine a bonsai for display. Well, this is our end result. I hope you like. I need the encouragement, and subscribe to our channel so that we'll show you the next video. So stay tuned. Thank you. This is what we ultimately brought to the show. As you might expect, there's always an unexpected accident. When we moved the tree, we actually slide off the cart and we broke the pot. So we changed the pot. It turns out this is really a much better pot because it's more oval, sort of give you the feeling of expansion. And it was really quite well received.